I mean, this is probably the most emotions I've felt at one single moment in time, possibly ever, because I'm still raging about the performance, but I'm obviously flipping over the moon that we've got the win, and I'm so pleased for Scott McTominay, because I've been crying out for him these past few weeks. He has not put a foot wrong when he stepped on the football pitch for Manchester United or for Scotland this season. For whatever reason, Ten Hag just refuses to play him. He's the blooming top goal scorer in European qualifying right now as we go into an international break, by the way. And he's come on with 3 minutes to go and he scored the equaliser and the winner. And look, I know Ten Hag only brought him on to be a big presence. He didn't bring him on for any other reason. He was just like, right, we got to take a short person off. We got to put a tall person on. Because, by the way, if I hear the name Ethan Pinnock one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. But basically, Ethan Pinnock was winning absolutely everything. As good as Højlund played against him, when the balls were coming in, Pinnock was winning everything. So put another 6'4" man in there to win headers and cause more chaos. And that's what he's done. And he has won us the game. And I'd honestly say he's won us the game single-handedly. Because, quite frankly, I don't think anyone else deserves massive recognition for their performances today. I will shout Højlund out again because I thought he did as much damage as he possibly could against 3 centre-backs that played out of their skins. And I also think Johnny Evans had another very good game at centre-half. But, oh my God, I don't know what to feel right now. Like I say, I am absolutely ecstatic that we've won the game, but I'm not being funny. I had prepared another rant because when the clock hit 90 minutes, we'd lost the football match. The clock has now obviously hit 97 minutes and we've won the football match. But it was another absolute shambles of a performance, and we're not going to get carried away with the win because the performance needs to be addressed, as it always does. And yet again, it has come from sloppy play in midfield and appalling goalkeeping. And I think Onana's got to be dropped. I don't know what Bayandir is not doing in training to not get an opportunity. Obviously, we now go into an international break where he'll go off to Turkey. Onana will go off to Cameroon as he prepares for the African Cup of Nations, which, again, by the way, Onana is going to be missing for an entire month, potentially, depending on how well Cameroon do. So we need to have Bayandir in the team at some point so we get used to having him for when he actually needs to come into the team. But that goal that we've conceded nearly cost us the entire game because, yes, Casemiro gave the ball away and we've been giving the ball away far too often, but the reaction of the players to a small mistake then lead to 4 or 5 mistakes in succession. Firstly, Casemiro doubles down on his mistake by immediately diving in on the person he gives the ball away to. That shouldn't happen. If you lose the ball, you keep your head, keep your shape, and deal with it. Don't just try and immediately atone for your mistake by flying in and potentially getting yourself booked or sent off with a bad challenge. Or what actually happens is you overcommit, don't get anything, and then leave us a man short. Then the ball gets played in. We don't really deal with the pass well. Lindelof comes across to cover. Rather than, again, normally, like I say, he's the Iceman. He's normally pretty calm in that situation, possibly because he was playing at left back. He then panics and shanks the clearance clear and plays it straight to the Brentford player. He's not closed down quickly enough. It's not a very good shot. I don't know what Onana's doing. He's blooming jumped halfway to space and then not got down quick enough to get to the save. It's too many high-profile errors. And look, like I said the other day, I was very pro De Gea out. I still stand by that. I think we needed to change a goalkeeper. But as things stand right now, this goalkeeper is not working out for us. And I don't care how many 70-yard passes he hits to Bruno Fernandes. They didn't lead to anything. Like, they defended so well that it didn't matter when Onana hit those long balls because we couldn't do anything with Onana in the team. It wouldn't have made any difference. If David De Gea was in goal today, the whole game would have gone exactly the same way, but De Gea would have saved that shot. It was low to his right-hand side. De Gea would have saved that shot. And it would have been a completely different game. I think Onana needs to be dropped. I think after the international break, we need to give Bayandir a run in the side, and we shall see. But from there, again, the performance after that just wasn't there. There is no imagination. There's no ideas. It's just like we were lopsided again because for whatever reason, Ten Hag has decided that we're going to play Mount and Bruno and one of them plays out wide. In my head, competition for places means if you've got two quality players that play in the same position, one of them plays in that position, and if they'd underperform, you put the other one on to outplay the others, and you put them against each other to basically say, you both have to be at the top of your game, because if you're not, the other one's going to get your place. You don't go, well, I don't really fancy the wingers we've got, so I'm going to play one of you out of position and one of you in the middle, and you just sort of figure it out. It just doesn't work. And when Aaron Hickey got booked 10 minutes into the game, not once in the entirety of the time before he got substituted off did Marcus Rashford go over to the right-hand side and take him on. I don't get that. I mean, that has to be down to the instructions, because surely when you've got a player like Rashford that was causing problems, he was beating players on the left-hand side, Ten Hag must have thought at some point, maybe if I put Rashford on the right-hand side, have him run at Hickey now that he's been booked, maybe we could get Hickey sent off. But it didn't happen once. And then when we brought Anthony on, we brought Garnacho on, that's when we started to create a little bit more because the team was a lot more balanced. But even then, it was a struggle. It was a slog. We couldn't do anything. We were just playing little sideward passes. No one taking any risks. The only person doing anything was Højlund, because we could feed it into him. He would back in. He would lay it off. And then whoever he laid it off to didn't do anything with it. They either played it back again, or they tried to do a cross that just went straight into the first man, or it just gave it away. Really, really worrying that we've got, you know, what I would consider very good creative players, the likes of Eriksen, the likes of Bruno, the likes of Mason Mount, and between the three of them, they pretty much didn't create a damn thing. And look, the goals have come from, firstly, scrappy defending, don't get me wrong. Garnacho gets to the byline, cuts it back. It's absolute pinball. Scott McTominay pulls it out of the air and absolutely lashes it in the back of the net, like he's been doing for Scotland in the international break so far this season. And then the second goal, absolutely brilliant. We win the free kick. Good play. I don't know who won the free kick. It was good play from them to win the free kick. Long ball pumped up. Harry Maguire got up there, won a header, brilliant header, and Scott McTominay was the most alert man on the pitch, got his head to it, bang, bullet header, again, like he's been doing for Scotland, and he has dragged us from what would have been an absolutely humiliating defeat, and also would have been a humiliating draw, and has salvaged just 3 humongous points in the context of the season. So, thank you, Scott McTominay. I hope he gets another look in the team, whether that's just as a box-to-box player. Maybe that is as another striking option. I don't know. But he deserves his chances. He's not put a foot wrong as far as I'm concerned this season. And it has been very disrespectful from Ten Hag, I think, not to play him more. So I'm pleased for him. I'm obviously very, very happy that we can go into the international break off the back of a win. However, off the back of what was another absolutely horrendous performance. And yeah, lots of work to be done. The only problem is that basically all of our players go off on international duty. They still get called up. Pretty much the only people that are going to be staying behind are Johnny Evans and the kids. So everyone else is going off to international duty. So it's not like we can address it before the next game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching as always. And I will see you at some point next week. Probably, I think, Thursday morning will be the first video of international predictions. So I will see you then.